In this video, you're going to learn how to construct a frequency distribution and then create a histogram using the data analysis tool pack. So if you would take a couple of minutes to type this data into your Excel worksheet, the first column that I've got here in B is my data values. And then in C, this is the upper class boundary of each one of my classes. So notice how I'm going all the way up to 19.99. That means that class is going from 0 to 19.99. The next one's going from 20, the next number from 19.99, up to 39.99, etc. So that's the number that you're going to want to use for your upper bound, and so you should always end it in that 0.99. Then once you get your data in Excel, we're going to click on Data up at the top and pick the Data Analysis Tool Pack. Down at the bottom, notice where it says Histogram. That's what we're going to use in this demonstration. Then it says Input Range. So your input range is your raw data. Then in the second one, that's your bin range. So that's those upper class limits. So you'll have to take a minute to decide how many classes that you want and kind of get those set up before you do this histogram. Then over here I said I want my output to go to a new worksheet and I want it to include a chart. So make sure you click those two things and then we say OK. So now notice how it gave a new worksheet and the other one is in sheet 1. So now I have a new worksheet. This is the frequency distribution that it created. So notice it put the bin, the upper class limit, and it said how many values are from 0 to 19.99. So I'm going to fix this so that it looks like a legitimate frequency distribution out of our textbook. So in the top, I'm going to put class width. Then on this first one, I'm going to put values in here. So notice how I'm going up to the top next to the function, and I'm putting a single quote, a single apostrophe, so that it says 1999, and I'm going to say 0 to 1999. And so that's what that bar is going to be labeled. Then I'm going down to the next one, and I'm going apostrophe 20 to 39.99. And then I'm going down to the next one and I'm saying apostrophe 40 to 59.99. And then in the next one I'm saying apostrophe 60 to 79.99. So notice, I think I needed to correct myself, that second one is 20 to 39.99. So then notice when I put that one in, I have this strange one that's more. So that's including that one piece of data that was out here at 87. So that's that data value that was above 79.99. So for the more, let's put apostrophe and we'll say 80 to the next upper class bound, which in our case would be to 99.99. Okay, so look on so now it's created the histogram over to the right. Notice how it looks as far as the value is concerned. Notice how it has this strange bin here. So we'll probably want to label it and we can put in what our class is. So maybe it's percentages. And then notice again, the one last thing that we want to do is notice how the bars don't touch. And the bars always touch in a histogram. So I'm going to click one of the blue bars, and over to the side, notice how we get this little tool box that shows up. And the very bottom thing is gap width. So that's saying how big the gap is between each one of the bars. So in here, I'm going to put a 0. When I put a 0, that's going to make the bars touch. So here's your histogram. Here's your frequency distribution. We did it pretty quickly. We can, make it look prettier. We can put the title of what the problem is instead of just histogram. We could fix the titles on each one of the axes, but this is how we would get a quick histogram so that we could look at it and maybe describe the shape, do some analysis with our data. Okay, thanks.